You know how male transsexuals insist that you believe that they are a woman? Well, they don't. That's only a small percentage, maybe 10% or less of the transsexuals that, are fighting for that and insist that, and that's about how much of the whole population is just totally blind to the realities of the world. But the other transsexuals don't want to come up against them because the media has given them a voice, and those the transsexuals that have a better understanding of the situation of, existence on earth are not going to go up against them because the media has given them a voice, and they'll go after them even harder than they go after heterosexuals who come up against them. And also, even though they know that that small percentage is diluted, they're not going to go up against them because they're moving the ball forward for them a little bit anyway. And those transsexuals feel like, well, once this stops, at least people will know about us, and it'll be maybe a little bit better for us. And they have a hard time, and they are in a horrible, horrible situation. And 90% of them understand their own situation, and they realize that they're never going to fit into society, that they're going to have to live on the fringes, and that they can get, a group of friends that will play the fantasy with them, and they realize it's a fantasy, and they realize that they're stuck with that. But we're letting these small it's like all the white people are racist. Well, no, it's a very small percentage, but the media is just having a field day amplifying these extreme voices. All the kids want to have different pronouns. No, it's a very small number. Even if you think back to the 60s with the hippies, only 10% of the young population were hippies. The rest of them were getting legal degrees and medical degrees. That's why we still have doctors and, companies and everything else that takes a lot of schooling to get through. Everybody wasn't just doing drugs all the time and listening to rock and roll. Those were just the ones that were interesting. And now the media has found these new groups that are just, the hippies were all about love and peace, and these guys have the hippies thought they could levitate the Pentagon because they were so against war. They sat there and they tried to levitate it, and it's that same kind of insanity that's being highlighted. And the media is one of our biggest, if not our biggest problem, and we need to really clean house.